Good evening. I call this meeting of the Iowa State University Student Government to order. Senate at 6:02 p.m. We will begin with roll call. Iona Dimhoff. Reinhardt. Grafe. Jones. O'Connor. Utica. Miller. Pisaracek. Azan. Daman. Brennan. Snyder. Bailey. Hartley. Margaret. Nundahl. Pursley. Neal. Kuzi. Gardy. Juwan. Marcus. Olson. All right, we will now move into the Pledge of Allegiance. I invite you all to stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now move into our program. I invite Director Jeremy Paul of Transportation Services to the podium.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and thanks for inviting me today. I'm Director of Transportation Services, so all the cars that you see running around campus that say Iowa State on the side that many of you have been in, that's my overarching responsibility, okay? Been in the role for about 2 years here at Iowa State, and I love every minute of it, and I love supporting the faculty, staff, and specifically the students on this campus. That's what we do. That's our mantra. We're here to support you all, okay? Before I get started, I want to thank every single human being in this room right now for the role that you're playing at our university here. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time out of your schedules to do what you're doing, but the leadership that you all are providing, specifically for the student body in this university, is absolutely tremendous, and it doesn't go unseen by anyone, all right? The lessons that you learn and the time you spent in these meetings and interacting with people throughout your time will pay dividends for the rest of your life. So thank you very much. Why am I here? All right, the reason I'm here is that the leadership team last academic year, that wasn't necessarily the leadership team now, what was their election last year, right? So prior to the election, the leaders were listening to the student body, saying, hey, what are the types of things that we can do at Iowa State to make things a little bit better for everyone? So they went around to a lot of different groups throughout Iowa State, and Transportation Services happened to be one of them. The reason they came to me was because there was a lot of talk amongst the student body of some of the services that we provide, specifically our student shuttle service, which we kicked off about 1.5 to 2 years ago. We didn't have a student shuttle service here at Iowa State. The only shuttles that existed, which still exists, of course, is the SciRide, right? It's intra-Ames travel, and it's a great relationship that the university has with the city of Ames. But me and my team identified a problem. It's like, how do students get to the Des Moines airport? How do they get there? Well, there's a local service here in town that provided transportation, and essentially Uber, right? Has anyone taken an Uber back from the airport? Yeah, it's tough, right? It's real tough, especially when your flight gets delayed 3 times and you end up landing at Des Moines International Airport at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you have to somehow convince an Uber or Lyft driver to drive all the way to Ames, knowing they're going to deadhead back to Des Moines without anybody in their car, right? So had a lot of parents contact my office and say, hey, how does my kid get back and forth between Des Moines and the airport when they want to come home for Thanksgiving or Christmas break or whatever? So we started digging into that problem a little bit, and we had to set up some meetings and talk to some people and do some things, and then lo and behold, we got permission to shuttle students back and forth between the airport. So we set up the service. We set it up, and I think the first rides we gave were Thanksgiving break of 2023. Yeah, 2023, so not quite 2 years ago. And there was a few participants because we didn't get a chance to advertise it, but since then it's grown tremendously. We cart hundreds of your peers back and forth to the airport. And then in the summertime, we bring in a lot of international students that are coming here to study in the fall. And then of course we bring them back in the spring because they don't have cars, right? They came from all over the world. One of the problems that was vocalized to the leadership here was the cost of those shuttles, right? So the way we structure our rates at transportation, and this is the same way it is across many of the functions at Iowa State, is we're a fee for service, and our cost structure is directly related to our rates are directly related to our costs. I mean, I'm not making a profit. I'm not bringing money home to, off shuttle rides. So it's a nonprofit, right? But cars are expensive, and people that drive the cars are expensive. So we offer two different shuttles for students. One is a black car service. You get your own car and you get driven to the airport. And that's $125. And then we have group shuttles that we format around holidays, breaks, beginning end of semesters that are $50 a piece. And, we just drive you to the airport and drop you off, right? So, it's not cheap. It's cheaper than Uber, but it's still, for college kids especially, that's a lot of money. So one of the problems your leadership is trying to solve is how do we offset that cost? How can we benefit our students by, making it a little bit less expensive? So I think one of the proposals that you'll see is they're, proposing offsetting that cost, cutting it in half. And, I don't know if you want me to share the details of how that will work, but essentially I'll be charging you 50% of the amount that on the published rate for students right there. And I think that'll help ease some of the burden on the students that are wanting to travel different places and things like that, right? So individual shuttle, obviously it's individual, one person. A group shuttle really is any group over four. And you just pile on one of our vehicles and we'll drive you down to the airport and there you go, right? So that's the shuttle portion of it. Another service that many students use is just checking out our vehicles to drive various places. That's almost exclusively through student org, whether you're in a club sport or any of the other wonderful 800 organizations we have at Iowa State. In order to rent our vehicles, of course, you have to put a travel packet in through the student organization travel authorization system through our friends at Risk Management. You build the package with them, hand it off to us, and then we rent you a car, right? And there's not many places throughout the world that'll rent a $60,000 Suburban to an 18-year-old kid, right? So we do that because it's very, very important to us that the students are able to go out and do all the great things that we have to offer here at Iowa State with the different orgs. Now, one of the things about student organization travel, specifically 18-year-old kid driving a $60,000 Suburban down the road, is that elevates risk, right? There's a reason why Enterprise won't rent an 18-year-old kid a car because the risk is high, right? So in order to offset that risk, we carry a extremely expensive additional insurance plan outside of our normal insurance plan for these vehicles. About 2 years ago, that insurance was pushed down to transportation to fund, okay? I think traditionally it was funded through some sort of general fund. It might have been, I don't know what fund. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It was paid for somewhere besides transportation. A couple years ago, they decided to push it down to transportation and have us charge back that insurance bill to the student organizations that were using the vehicles, right? Well, that insurance costs about $100 and some $1,000 a year, right? And the problem with that is that if I started, if I did the math on how many vehicles that you guys took every year, you would end up paying 50 some bucks per day per car, and it would crush your ability to go out and do all the wonderful things that you do. So what I do is I charge you about 10 to 20% of the overall cost when you rent a vehicle. So if you guys rent a vehicle from us, you're going to pay 10 bucks per day on that vehicle as opposed to 50 or 60 or 70 bucks. It depends. Insurance prices change all the time. And then what I do is I absorb the rest of that money throughout the university, and we all just kind of eat it, collectively to support you. So one of the proposals that you'll see is that that $10 fee per day that you guys are charged for renting our vehicles, this committee would allocate the funds to cover that, and therefore you would only be charged the normal rates for your travel. That makes sense? All right. What else am I forgetting about here? What else do we want to hear about? Any questions related to transportation?
One quick one.
Yeah.
Senders remind you to close or mostly close your laptops. Thank you. I forgot that at the beginning, but sounds like it's open for questions.
Yeah. Somebody's got questions about something.
Senator Snyder? Oh, Azan.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of questions, so I'm going to
All right.
start with the basics.
Okay, hit me up.
How many shuttle services currently the department have dedicated for the cause of, let's say, transportation from Ames to Des Moines?
Are we talking individual or group?
Both. So
Okay.
what does the number look like for the available shuttles?
Yep, so we have the law of averages I can talk about. And we have never not had enough capability to meet the demand, okay? So, of course, there's a limit, but I don't know what it is. We have plenty of vehicles. We're limited by the amount of drivers that I could leverage at any given time. I currently have 12 part-time drivers. And because understand, we also do faculty and staff too, okay? That's something we've been doing for a long time. So we have 12 part-time drivers. However, during periods of high activity, you'll see me behind the wheel of a car, okay? We all pitch together and we will make it happen, all right? Cars-wise, your fleet has about 750 vehicles. So it might not be a Suburban or something like that, but I'm gonna get you to the airport, all right? So historically, what we've done, and again, I have 2 years of pattern analysis on this, right, is all. And it's continuing to grow every year, right, in the last 2 years. So around the high demand periods, for instance, before Thanksgiving break, we will run usually 4 to 5 shuttles per day for 3 days leading up to and then returning from the trips, right? So, you're looking at 9 to 12 shuttles. And what we'll normally do is we will we'll open slots up in anticipation and when students want to travel. And then if nobody picks them, we'll close them down before the time starts. But if we get messages saying, hey, we'd really like to leave it, 2 o'clock on Thursday as opposed to the Friday shuttles that you have planned, we'll go ahead and open more up. So we'll maneuver around whatever it is that the student body wants. It's just hard for us to understand when students leave. Silly old me thinks, okay, well, spring break starts on Monday, but there's no way students are going to start popping out of here on the Thursday prior, right? Well, they do, it's just, I don't know, right? So it's that feedback that we get that allows us to have more shuttles.
So, the second question that I have is how the process look like. For me, I cannot afford the individual car, so I would prefer the group,
Yeah.
the ride. So, but I don't have group, who is going on the same time to catch up the flight, I have friends who probably gonna go next day, or the night before me. So I just pick my spot on the website. And are you guys gonna assign the number of groups? How the process look like for that? Because I don't have the group, but I wanna use the service for the group.
Yeah, so we'll pre-program groups. So on our website, let's just say Friday before spring break, we'll have pre-programmed group shuttles already built with empty seats. You're kind of like buying a ticket to a show. We'll have the open seats, and then you can click on it and allocate yourself to that seat.
Awesome. And what's the last time to register for the ticket?
Usually we close it 24 hours in advance. However, we're not going to turn you away.
Okay, awesome. So the third question I have is about the rental cars. For example, Iowa State used to provide some sort of like subsidies, for employees as well. And recently I noticed that it's not applicable anymore with Expedia or Enterprise,
talking-
for
I
the
don't-
external rental cars. So for
Yes.
example, sometimes that might be cheaper to, utilize the service.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you talking for students or
Yes.
for faculty and staff?
Students.
So I don't know
Specifically.
anything about students. If that's something that used to happen, I don't know anything about that.
So the graduate students do consider as a part-time employee, and I'm a graduate student, so we do get benefits, but it was something that taken off at least 2 years ago or something along the line. But in past, at least like 3 years ago, we get like a special employee discount where we enter that and we get the, the reduced price.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We do have a relationship with a local rental car company, Enterprise, here in town. And now, through procurement services, you can procure, this is faculty staff, I'm guessing, but you can get a preferred rate through Enterprise if you want to rent a car. And I know that procurement services works with them on that.
Okay.
I'm not sure about any other service that would have a preferred Iowa State rate for car rentals and things like that. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. And I yield.
Yeah, and you touched on another note, if you just excuse me for a second. I mentioned that we won't leave students, I'm gonna take care of the students, right? Just a quick little story. The first year that we were running this thing, January, when students were coming back from Christmas break, if any of you were on campus, it would have been January of '24. There were some horrible snowstorms, right? Horrible. Airports backed up, the only people that were leaving that airport were Iowa State students, because our guys, that's my number one thing is you don't leave students back we're gonna scoop you up. In fact, there were kids that were flying in that had arranged travel through other agencies and they backed out. And they called me, I was like, pick them all up. Pick them up, I don't care. So if you were an Iowa State student, we were scooping you up and putting you in our vans and we're sending you back to campus safely, right? We're not gonna leave you there. We're all one family here, okay? So, and I don't care if I have to have my guys sit on the clock for 6 hours outside the airport waiting for your plane to land, we're gonna do it. You know, sometimes you guys might have to wait an hour because we're on the way back to the airport, but we're gonna get you home, I promise. And if it's crappy weather, we're gonna have four-wheel drive Suburbans and things like that. And all of our drivers are very, very good at driving in adverse weather conditions. So I just had to throw that note out there real quick. Good questions. I like it.
Snyder?
First off, yes, thank you again for coming. We really appreciate everything that
Yeah.
you guys do as a department. It's to my understanding that the brake shuttles leave from the parking lots over by Freddie Court. Is that correct? Like that transportation
Yeah,
service?
they leave at Transportation Services, which is by Freddie Court.
Thank you. I am fortunate enough to have roommates that could drop me off to these shuttles because, you know, some of them leave fairly early in the morning. I'm a big early morning person.
Yeah.
But I've been in contact recently because I've been talking with various constituents, various dorm people about buses don't run. 21 Cardinal doesn't run on weekends. So for those weekend shuttles, those Saturday morning shuttles, those Sunday shuttles back home, they don't have access to get there. And I've known people that from Maple Willow Larch, even from Friley, that have had to walk all the way up to Transportation Services to get to one of these shuttles. Is there any like plans for you guys to move, maybe as the buses start to shut down for breaks, the shuttles maybe a couple blocks closer to campus so it's more accessible for those people that might have to walk?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and we've tossed around a whole lot of different ideas on where a good spot is to host a shuttle pickup. There's not a lot of good spots on campus, okay? Because one of the problems that I have, especially if we have a shuttle leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning to get down to the airport, is I don't want any of our students standing out in the snow or rain, you know, waiting on a van to show up. Okay, nobody wants to do that. You know, there's not a lot of buildings on campus that are open that you can go hang out in and wait for your shuttle, because nobody likes getting up and getting to a shuttle at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, and if you're anything like me, you're gonna get there 30 minutes early just to make sure you don't miss it, right? But I also don't wanna stand out in the rain for 30 minutes. So, we carved off some space over at Transportation, and we have the door unlocked, and we put some couches and TVs and stuff over there, pop machine over there. That way you guys can hang out, right? But, you know, we're on the edge of campus. You know, we don't have a nice, you know, spot right here in central campus. It's just, it is what it is, logistics, right? So we're on the edge of campus. So there are some limitations to that. We have talked to Dean of Students and a few other organizations about potentially, you know, offering some pickup locations at different areas, and my team's working through that right now. One thing that we did last year that helped out was, you know, we're promoting the Safe Ride program. So if, what is it, like 2,300 at night, 2,200, something like that, till 05, Safe Ride will come pick you up if you're on campus. Is everybody familiar with that? Yeah, it's like a little app, and it doesn't work during the day, I don't think. You know, it's like, it's certain hours. Yeah, so you just click on that, and then a transportation car is gonna come pick you up, but it's ran by Department of Public Safety, I think, and they'll give you a ride. So that's one way to do it, but I hate relying on a different service to shuttle people around. So great problem. We have not solved that problem yet, but I understand it is a problem. We're working on it, and it also depends on volume. So if I have, you know, one group shuttle leaving that day, and you know, we have pockets of students all over campus, it's really, really hard for me to negotiate my way through campus and then get everybody to the airport, because if you're booking a 10 o'clock shuttle, you know, there might be one person on that bus that's plane is leaving at 11. You know, so if I'm driving all over campus, you know, by the time we get to the airport, that kid might miss his flight. You know, so we have to schedule those shuttle launches, and we have to stick to that timeline simply because we don't want anybody missing a flight, right? I hope I answered your question. I just mumbled about a whole bunch of stuff there.
No, I appreciate you keeping us within the loop, and
Yep.
I would love to work with you more on that specifically.
Yeah. So if you
let's
guys,
let's connect afterward.
yeah,
That'd be
you're
great.
all the smart ones in the room. I went to school here a long time ago. You know, I got my undergrad here, and certainly then I had a better pulse on the problems that a student faces more so than I do now. Although I have a daughter that goes to school here, oftentimes, believe it or not, you know, shuttle rides don't come up. You know, she lives she grew up 15 minutes from here, so it's not a big deal, right? But a huge portion of our student body did not grow up 15 miles from here. So, yeah, I would love to work with you in the future. So any ideas anybody has, like, hey, you know, I mean, we're all ears. I mean, again, we are here to support you all. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Another questions? All right.
Oh, it's on. Go ahead.
Don't apologize.
Okay, so we talk about the safe ride, you know, and the
Yeah.
limitation with the safe ride, you know, if you don't live on campus, and there's a majority of the students that don't live on campus, you know, and the flight is, let's say, 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning, you know, it's really a challenge. Do you guys, you know, anyone from your department did some math to see, you know, how the number look like, the budget-wise, if the shuttles start to pick up, you know, from the apartments or the homes?
Yeah.
And Ames is the best part. Living in a college town, it's so small, you know, so you can literally drive everywhere within 20 minutes in Ames.
Sure.
You know, so what's the number look like, and how much money it will require?
Are you talking for an individual shuttle?
Or the group one, you know, you're just picking up from the apartments if they don't live on campus.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if we had enough people to justify a student shuttle, what I say, 4 and above, let's just hypothetically say there were 5 people that lived on an apartment out by Lowe's. I don't know. There's a bunch of apartments out there, right? We would absolutely go pick that whole group up there. That's not a problem at all. We just standardize the launch point being transportation service as a starting point. Now, I can't go around town picking up individuals and call it a group shuttle and drive to Ames, because back to the original problem, somebody's gonna miss their flight. But if there's a group of students that live at an apartment out by Lowe's and they're like, hey, we're all going to spring break, let's dial up a group shuttle, we would absolutely make our first stop that apartment complex. We would pick everybody up, and then we would drive you to the airport from there.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
a follow-up on
You just gotta
that-
call us and talk to us through
I
that
totally
stuff.
understand the logistics and everything, you know. So a potential solution might be, you know, you mentioned about when they were getting the tickets, you can put the element of pick-up time as well. You know, let's say they have to be available at 6 or 4 a.m., you know, that's a pickup time. You know, with a plus minus 5 minutes on that at most. And based on that, if the people are like not living in one apartment but across different areas in the town, you
Yeah.
can have different pickup times for them eventually to plan
Yeah.
for a flight at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that gets a little squishy,
Yeah.
and forgive me, I don't want to make too much sausage sitting up here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try to generate a whole lot of ideas, but I'm not in any position to war game in an effort like that right now as we sit here. However, absolutely willing to sit down and have some of those discussions. Again, we're here to support, and if we can support the student body and transport folks where they need to go, you know, legally, you know, we're gonna do it. You know, it's not because of a lack of try or effort, you know, there's none of that, trust me. If I have the capability, we'll do it as long as it makes sense. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, all right.
All right, we will now move into open forum. Open forum is an opportunity to discuss issues relevant to the student body. If you're here for open forum, I invite you to come to the podium at this time. Seeing no one's here for open forum, we'll now move to adopting the agenda. Is there a motion to do so? Is there a second? Yep. Use the mic, please.
My bad, guys. Got ahead of myself. Motion to move 2025-2-021 SG to the top of internal matters because the at-larges have somewhere to be after this.
That was 2025-2-00.
2025-2-021 SG.
There's a motion to move 2025-2-021 SG to the top of
Internal matters.
to the top of internal matters. Is there a second? Are there any objections? All right. Persley? It's not an objection. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, motion to table 2025-2-007F for 1 week to finance. And then motion to table 2025-2-008F to finance.
Are there any objections? Okay.
And then 2025-2-012F and 2025-2-013F to finance.
Are there any objections?
And then motion to add to the agenda 2025-2-023 SG and 2025-2-024 SG.
Are there any objections?
And then motion to add 2025-2-002 SA to the agenda.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? All right, back on the agenda as a whole. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Great. We will now move into approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to do so? Are there any objections? We'll now move to committee reports, starting with rules.
Okay, rules will be meeting tomorrow in the MU at 6:15, and we will be interviewing 2 potential new senators, so look for that on the agenda next week, and yeah.
Finance?
Hey everyone, so we are seating, technically 2 senators to finance today, as well as 2 at-larges. Yesterday we had our longest meeting of the year so far, so long that I had to leave early, unfortunately. So our new vice chair, Senator Marcus, was able to chair his first finance committee-ish, the last 20 minutes of it. And then all of the bills that you saw that were tabled, it was either tabled for 1 week, just because the organization couldn't be there, or tabled, just in general tabled, because we needed just more information to see if we could fund the organization. And next week, I will have my first report going over all of our budgets and what those look like.
PR?
Good evening, everyone. So I've been conducting PR committee interviews, so you'll see those folks next week. We'll have our first meeting next Thursday. Additionally, on Saturday, we had our headshots done. I'll be sending those out here tonight or tomorrow as soon as I get all of those finished up. And then last but not least, thank you guys for staying engaged on the social media. I could really tell that a lot of you went back and reposted and posted on your stories because the last, I guess not the last one, but 2 posts ago, so the reel with Colby, Will, and Molly and all them got 6,500 impressions, which is some of the most that we've gotten. So anytime we post, if you can repost it just for a little bit, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Idea?
The past week I've been conducting interviews with potential committee members, and hopefully by next week we can get them seated. As for the renter's guide, I think we're done with our first draft, so that's pretty much about it.
Events?
There it goes. Okay, so Lainey and I have a couple of announcements tonight. So for starters, tonight you'll be hearing from 3 of our at-large committee nominations. We're both super excited to work with all 3 of them. They have an amazing skill set that they're gonna bring to the events committee. So we're excited for you all to meet them. Second of all, we are still looking for senators to be on our committee. So if you're interested in that, please contact me and Lainey. And then lastly, later this evening, you'll be hearing a funding bill about a Jack Trice Remembrance Day that'll be on October 8th. Lainey and I are both super excited to talk about that tonight, as this event will help us help student government stay engaged with continuing Jack Trice's legacy.
Yes, and then so tomorrow is the long-awaited Student Government Expo. So we'll be on Central Campus from 11 to 2, interacting with students, handing out pizza, candy, all of that. So thank you to everyone who has volunteered to work a shift or even multiple shifts. We are super grateful for you all and cannot do it without you. So everyone who has signed up should have received an email from Molly yesterday, just explaining kind of the day of how things will run and giving you guys all the information you need on your activities. We'll also be sending out an email tomorrow that has the location your booth will be at on Central Campus, so you're able to find that easily. And then me and Molly will also be on campus setting up. I think we're going to get there around 8, and then Celebrations is delivering the tents between 8 and 10. So if anyone is available to help set up, we would also greatly appreciate that. But we are looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Local affairs?
Hey guys, so we have 2 at-larges being sat tonight. I'm really excited about that. There's a city council meeting next week. I'll have some council reports to you guys hopefully by the end of the month with what's been going on. Other than that, not a lot that's new. If you have any questions, just send me a Teams message or email me and I'll get back to you. Oh, the joint meeting for student government and the Ames City Council is on October 22nd, so you'll be hearing all about that in like the next week or so until we have the meeting. So that you have to look forward to, but that's all I've got.
Sustainability?
Hey guys, so tonight we had our very first meeting for the committee. We are going to have a very full committee this year, and we're very excited in the next few weeks to send those at-larges to you. Speaking of at-larges, we have 2 at-large bills tonight. They are longstanding members, and we're excited to have them back. And we are excited for the Student Government Expo tomorrow. Hopefully see all you guys there.
Health and wellness?
Hey guys, Health and Wellness here. So last week we had our first meeting. We went over a variety of topics, including food security and improvements to Safe Ride and SciRide. We have our next meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the library. So if you want to talk about those topics, feel free to show up. Just send me a Teams message. And we'll also be seating a senator tonight.
Legislative ambassadors?
Hello. Oh, perfect. Okay, so tomorrow is the Board of Regents meeting where we'll be presenting our legislative priorities, trying to get our mental health ask included in their request to the governor, and then we'll be unveiling our Iowa Workforce Grant proposal as well. So wish us all luck as we wake up at 5 a.m.
Comments from any other further comments? There's been a motion to add Senators Utica and Miller to the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. It'd be Olson.
Motion to add Senator Olson to the roll as well.
So are we at Olson and Miller? And Utica. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Great. Comments from the judicial branch?
Hey y'all, it's good to be back. We're having a little bit of a hectic time right now. We are currently down to 2 members, so if you have any recommendations, I am currently acting as Chief Justice, so you can send them to me and I will get through the interview process for folks. Thank you.
Comments from the advisor?
Who is he? No, I'm just kidding. Hi, everybody. Don't really have any comments, but keep up the good work as we go into the semester. Good luck with the expo tomorrow night. It's going to be exciting and all that good stuff. So if you need something, let us know.
Comments from the executive branch with President Brandt.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you to everyone who attended the retreat this past Saturday. We heard really good feedback from administrators. They really enjoyed talking to you and getting to know you. So thank you all for your participation in that. And I encourage you to reach back out to those people you had conversations with. Continue building out those relationships as you begin to work on your projects. And also, you can reach out to other administrators on campus as well if you're working on projects. And if you ever need help getting in contact with the right person, I know Will and I are happy to help, but so are our advisors. They'll point you in the right direction to connect you with that. Administrators. Two other exciting things, I guess. You may have seen in the Teams, I posted earlier this week, but next Monday is going to be a really fun day. It is the Mr. Cal's event hosted by Sigma Alpha. So this is the largest fundraiser. They give back to SHOP on campus, and for the first time, and I think it's 2 or 3 years, we'll have a student government representative. So Vice President Vlasic will be there representing student government at this event. So if you're interested, please come to it. Tickets will be available at the door for $5, but also you can buy tickets from, raise your hand. So if you want to buy a ticket, reach out to one of them, but it really is a fun time, and it donates back to a really good cause, a cause that we work very closely with. So if you're interested, please reach out to one of them. Tickets available at the door. That's on Monday at 7 p.m. at the Hanson Learning Center. Yeah. So I did it my first year of college, and it's like, you just have to be there to see it. So I'll leave you all with that, and we'll see you there on Monday. So that's all I really have. But as always, keep up the good work. If you have anything you need help with or support with, please let one of us know. Azan.
Yes. Okay. Can you talk about activities? I never heard of it, this event. What do you guys do?
I'm going to turn that over to one of the ones that is a member of Sigma Alpha that can talk about that.
Okay.
You were referring to like the activities at Mr. Cal's. So basically what this is a male beauty pageant. So so they do different introductions. They talk about the club that they represent. And then there's also like a relay race sort of event, I'd call. So there's a bunch of different stages, but it's overall a really fun time, and also gives, I believe last year it was, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but about $5,000 to shop. So it generates a lot of sales. So we'd love to see you all here. And if you need a ticket, I know we all have 5. So.
And if you do plan on going, there is a part that will run around and grab people's money. So if you do plan on coming, bring a couple ones for Will.
Don't bring any money, right?
Yeah, and then that money that you give goes back to shop too. Probably not credit cards. I don't know about Venmo either.
But that's all I have. As always, keep up the good work, you guys. I'm very proud to work with you and excited to see everything else we can continue to accomplish throughout the year. So let me know if you need anything, but with that, that's it.
We will now move to external matters, starting with 2025-2-001 SA, ratifying a contract for in-body scans between student government and rec services with Speaker Pursley.
Sorry guys, that took me a long time to click on. Okay, so this bill You can read the different parts of the bill, but then you can click on the contract to read the attached contract. But I'm going to be giving all questions to someone on Finance Committee or our Director of Finance.
I'm Cliff McIntosh. I'm the Associate Director of Programs for Recreation Services. I oversee all sport programs, the wellness, and outdoor recreation called the Adventure Program. What questions do you have?
Snyder? Could you use your microphone? Yeah.
Just a little bit of background knowledge about, I know I'm really new to the fitness area, but like what a body scan is for those of us who may not know so much about it.
Okay.
Great if that's on the bill.
So the N-Body is a body composition scanning machine where it uses an electrical signal to go through your body, and it breaks down your body mass indexes. So what's your bone mass, what's your muscle mass, what's your fat mass, how much water you have in your system. And also bases it off of a compartmental system. So it looks at your right arm versus your left arm. Like I just did mine the other day, and I'm 4% larger, or I have 4% more mass in my right arm versus my left arm. So, and this tool is used by our personal trainers as well as general populations to see like where their body is at currently. And our personal trainers use this information to structure our workouts to help or benefit that person the most. So they'll structure the workouts around what the readings that they get back from that. There is one issue with the order that's up there right now. Based on the information that I was given whenever I started June of last year, I thought this agreement was already in place, and so I moved to take the N-Body scans to free. So last September, we moved to offer this to our general populations at free of charge. So any student can go in there right now and get this body scan free of charge. Whenever we start talking about usages, I think on there it has like 66 uses is kind of the threshold for that $1,000 dividend or cost at the end of the year. Last year it was close to 250, 260. I can't give you an exact number right now. In the last 3 weeks alone, as the word has gotten out, we've done almost 80 scans in the last 3 weeks alone. So, we're still going to keep to that agreement. It's still going to be free. That $1,000 was a catalyst to allow us to move that to a free program for students. And it's going to allow us to, hopefully, if we continue this agreement after, 8 to 10 years, we're going to be able to replace that machine, because it does cost, last time I checked, it was about $15,000 for the machine itself.
Azan.
Okay, so I have a question toward Speaker Persley. If we open the attached file, there are so many comments. Are they resolved, unresolved? If they are unresolved, why we are looking at the bill right now?
Okay, so I can't answer that question. Okay, this bill went to Rules Committee for their review, and these were the proposed amendments to show to the Senate that Rules Committee gave. So we can make a motion to include these amendments or discuss these amendments.
Okay, can you provide more context? What were the discussions, and what are the most important ones that you think the Rules Committee think should be added?
So Rules Committee was wondering if we should include a maintenance clause in the contract. There isn't really written in the contract what the $1,000 per year goes to. Does it go to maintenance? And then also specifying up to $1,000 based on costs incurred. And then if you go down, another one of the comments was to make the formatting correct across the whole document so that $1,000 is always with 2 decimal points and a comma.
Okay.
And then there's one grammatical correction.
I do personally agree that the maintenance cost should be added, so I'm gonna motion to include that. If we don't have information right now, we can table the bill and then look up next week, if that is okay with the rec service, or,
I can answer the maintenance cost right now.
okay, we can amend it right now, so
So maintenance on the machine is effectively nil. We have to buy printer paper. And
Okay.
so that's one of the benefits of having this machine in this company was the wildly low maintenance cost on the machine itself. If anything does break, we have to ship it off, like back to California to the main office to have it be worked on. So, but that's part of the service that we pay for, and that's why we ended up going with this company.
Okay, thank you. So we can, I'm gonna make a motion to, I can write a comment as well.
Well, I will say if the $1,000 isn't going to maintenance, then we should not add a clause that it's going to maintenance.
Okay, that's fine too. The next question I have to Speaker Persley. So right now, the bill, as it is stated, the cost is $15 per usage. But based on the discussion that I'm hearing from the rec service, it's supposed to be free after this, dollar amount given to the rec service. But that is not reflected in the bill, that the service will be free.
I'm gonna
Is
give
it
my
on
time.
purpose or?
I'm gonna give my time to Director Kammeier to answer these questions.
Yeah, so full transparency, I originally wrote this bill back in July, and I believe over the summer it was being charged at 15.
So
Is that right?
That's what it was originally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
last September of
Okay.
2024, we took that free.
Okay. And I think that that's what the confusion was when I wrote the bill. So that's my mistake. If you want to do, I don't know if that'd be a friendly or just like a small amendment.
So I'm now
to
remembering
change it,
another thing,
but-
sorry about that. So
Okay.
at least like 2 or 3 years ago, Senator Gopa brought up this bill. And during that time period, we noticed that there was no cost. When we were, and I think I did one session with InBody, and it was free. So, and it was almost at least 2 years ago. That's what I can think of. So,
That's when the original agreement was supposed to happen. It was like in 2023. That was before my time here, so I'm not sure of the dates on that. So originally we were going to keep it at $15. But that program, specifically personal training, we don't have a free facet of that program for students. And so that was one of my initiatives, is to get something in personal training that's free for students that they can use. And that's what I went with.
so if we don't pass this bill, the service will not be free.
So unfortunately, we would have to revert and start charging again.
Okay. So I'm going to make a motion to reflect, to add an order clause. Let me write it down.
I believe you just want to change the original whereas clause.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that too. Just remove
That's
that, the $15 cost from there. Speaker Persley.
There's been a motion to remove the $15 cost and
The
note that it is
whereas clause.
zero.
Currently, this service is provided to students at a cost of $15 per usage. But we can do 2 ways, so I don't know if whatever you guys prefer, Finance Director Kammeier, do you have any preference on that? So the first motion, just straight away remove it. The other option is, after this contract, the service will be free for students. So what do you prefer?
How about you just do, it's changed 15 to 0.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Fabulous.
Okay. I was going to say flip a coin, but that works too. Thank you, Will.
Brennan.
I'm curious, what positive feedback have you received from students regarding these scans?
It's the most feedback that I get is, I never knew that we had this, thank you. Beyond that, it's just like our weight club. These are individuals that are training their bodies to go out and do competitions. They love the machine. They once a month they have scheduled visits where they go in there and they get their body scans done to look at like where they need to focus their weight training on next. Other individuals that have used that device have really enjoyed being able to see like where their weaknesses are. And that's one of the things that our trainers are kind of like hone in on, is like, okay, your left is weaker than your right. And then they really start to focus down on like, okay, what can the result, or how can we solve the issue? The in-body scan provides that feedback for you. So whenever we print out your results, it has feedback for you directly on that page. And so it's kind of a conglomeration. Did I answer your question?
And then how concerned are you about students using the machine for like negative means, like unhealthy weight loss and eating disorders? Because I am afraid that since this will become free to students, that they will use it to negatively impact their mental health that way.
So we've talked with the dietitians on campus as well as our wellness department, and we've come up with a plan, and it's a subtle scan of all entrances into that program. If we see somebody that's doing a scan more than like once a month, I believe it's if they are in that 2 times a month, then we start to watch it a little bit more carefully, because what we don't want is somebody going in there, you know, week after week and being like, I haven't lost any weight, I'm not getting any slimmer. It takes time. That also, we provide consultations after the scan itself. So one of our personal trainers is up there that has been trained. So anybody that, sorry, side note, anybody that operates a machine has to go through the in-body certification course. And so they know how to read the scan, they know how to provide consultation after the scan is done. So within that consultation, it's, you know, we're providing them recommendations and giving them direction towards programs that we have on campus, whether that be dietitians or a yoga group fitness course. You know, it just kind of depends on the individual needs.
And then I'm just curious, I've just heard some things about how accurate these scans are. How accurate are these BMI scans?
There's always going to be variances. And the most common variance is whenever we have somebody that doesn't follow the instructions leading up to the scan. So it's, you know, you need to be awake for at least, I think it's like 90 minutes before the scan. You have to, you know, eat no more than like 30 minutes before the scan. You have to get up and move around for 15 minutes before the scan. So there's a whole like structured like leading up into the scan itself, so you're not like chugging a gallon of water and going in there and wondering why your water is so like wildly off the chart.
Thank you, I yield.
Neil?
This question is directed at Speaker Pursley. Forgive me if you already mentioned this, but the last comment about whether or not the agreement was entered under state, student government, or federal law, did we ever get that figured out?
No, that was a question for Finance Committee.
Is that yielding?
Yeah.
Okay. So governing law is all of the above. So it's federal law, state law, local law, student government law. It's typically what we put in contracts like this.
Okay, we'll resolve that. And motion to change $1,000 in the contract as reflected so that it is equal across the board.
There's been a motion to change $1,000, so. What's that? Someone. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Pursley?
Okay, my question is, if there is no maintenance that you're doing on the machine each year and it's currently $0 per student, what is the $1,000 per year going towards? Is that towards repaying back the machine?
So that'll be directed towards the replacement cost of the machine itself. So we intended for this agreement to go for 10 years. We changed it down to 4 just based on like the life cycle of the student itself. So, you know, $1,000 won't essentially pay for the machine, but it will help us provide this program for free. You know, if we look at the direct staffing cost, we've probably paid out $3,000 to $4,000 in pure staffing cost up to this point this year, just on training and in-body scans alone. So we're going to be absorbing probably $15,000 to $20,000 plus the cost of the machine, unless this goes through, and then we get a little bit back over the course of 10 years. So, you know, it's a drop in the bucket, kind of considering the cost of running this program itself, but it is, every little bit helps.
Okay, thank you, I yield.
Azan?
Okay. So I'm still confused, and there's so much going on in this contract that does not look right. So first thing, if we go to the main bill, not the attached one, but the main, and if we read the whereas text, third whereas, to maintain the price considering maintenance and unforeseen cost, student government is willing to contribute $1,000 per year for the machine so long as the threshold 66 plus of a scan is achieved. But what I'm hearing from you, there's no maintenance cost, and it's so confusing why we are giving $1,000, to you, and what you are trying to say that eventually, after 10 years, you get enough money to replace the machine if the machine broke down. But I think we can do this by looking up in that scenario, if the machine is broke down, you can come back to the student government and we can allocate the money if the Senate decide, instead of like just giving you $1,000 every time, for the unforeseen situation when the machine is running out of its life, instead of just waiting. And if the machine is not working, the rec service can always come back to the Senate asking for the total cost of the machine repairment or whatever, and then we will love to consider that instead of just giving you the blank check right now without the need of the money, because it seems like there's no maintenance cost, and I'm still confused why we are giving you $1,000. Can you explain on that?
So it helps out with the staffing costs, so the training, the subscriptions that go into having this machine and paying for that service itself. So, if this does not go through, we're going to have to revert and start charging $15 per student for this service.
So basically, it's a staffing cost that is the main thing, not the maintenance of the instrument or the machine, right?
So subscription cost is fairly low, so staffing is always going to be our largest expense.
Okay. Now I have a question with Finance Director. So if you can clarify the rectifying of this bill, what do you mean by that?
Can you pull it up on the screen? So which whereas clause?
Just the title. Basically, it means that we are reviewing the contract that was established earlier, right?
I'm sorry.
The
Say
title,
that again.
ratifying a contract.
Yeah, we're ratifying a contract.
Yeah. So what is being ratified here?
The contract.
With the comments? Okay. So I will motion to add the second order clause that is stated that recreation services will provide the services to all registered students for $0 as per the attached contract, instead of like the $0 in the second clause. We can keep the $0, $15 there. That makes more sense to me, if there's a second on that. So again, the motion is to add the second order clause, which is reflected on the screen. If you can scroll down, yes.
There's been a motion to add the second ordered clause, which is highlighted on the screen now, which says recreation services will provide the services to all registered students for $0 as per the attached contract.
Do we have a second?
Is there a second? Are there any objections?
Objection.
Yep.
Two things here, and I would love to be corrected if I am wrong, because I very well might be. I don't believe that the ordered clause, the second ordered clause there, is something we can do. I don't think we can order them to do something. I think we can add something into the contract saying that with this contract they must provide this service to students for free. But I don't believe that we can add it that way and have it apply to them in the way you want to. I don't.
As long as it is reflected in there, because right now, as it stands, you can table the bill and you guys can look up in the finance committee and see the words, come up with the words and all the cool stuff. Because right now, as it stands, it does not say it will be free for students.
Do you want that? My objection, I'm not going to withdraw my objection to this. I don't think we should add that clause. I don't feel like we can order them to do anything.
Do you withdraw your motion?
I withdraw.
Do you withdraw it? Okay. All right.
So motion to table this bill until the finance committee resolve the contract and add that part where it says the service will be free for students.
There's been a motion to table this bill until the finance committee can add language to ensure it'll be free for students.
I'm so sorry. I'm just not following. This is a great service, I feel like, for any student that wants to go learn a little bit more about their body composition, or even if they're new to the gym or on a body transformation journey. This is a great opportunity for someone to go and learn a little bit more about their body. I don't know. This is such a minute cost compared to all the other things we're spending money on. I don't see why this is really a big argument.
Okay, so let me clarify. Thank you for bringing this up. I love the bill. And I have seen this bill at least like 3 or 4 times for, first read and second read. That's not the problem. The problem is the contract don't mention that it is free for students. That's a problem. And I want to make sure that the contract say that it is free for students since the student government is providing the money.
Wait, Azan, do you withdraw your motion to table the bill?
No.
Do you withdraw your objection?
No, I don't.
All right, so we'll go ahead and vote on the objection, which is to not table the bill.
But we still have the discussion time open
For,
for objection.
okay, go ahead.
So the problem is the contract don't mention that it is free for students. That's a problem. I think it should be reflected in the contract, in the attached contract, any words or anything that this is free for students. What do you think on that?
Once again, I may not be seeing what you're seeing, but I think it's a very simple fix that could be fixed in 10 minutes or less. I don't see why we have to. And then the $1,000 per year. So let's say there was a error or the machine does break down. That's going to take time to come here, ask for money, allocate the money, and go through with it. Whether or when they could, if they had the funds to do it, they could just fix it right then and there. It just seems like a lot of extra steps for the same thing, the same end goal.
So 2 points on that. I literally add the clause to fix the issue that I was pointing it out earlier, and there was a motion to have that order clause saying that it is free for the students. No charges students have to pay within like 2 or 3 minutes. So I fixed the issue, but the Senate body don't agree with that thing. And the finance committee wants to make sure it is in the contract, not on the bill. And that's why we are in this position right now.
Wait, point of information, Senator Azan. In the preamble of the contract, the 3rd sentence, it says, these scans are provided to students for free for a single analysis. So it is stated in the contract. It's in the preamble, the 3rd sentence.
And I would also like to make a point of information. We do not have to table a contract or a bill to be able to amend it. We can amend it within Senate.
I'm fine if it's there. Thank you for bringing this up, because I could not find it. I literally look everywhere. Thank you.
Neil?
I was just double checking. I thought we made a motion earlier to change the second whereas clause to reflect the $0 per student. But from what I can see, the bill still says $15 per usage.
Point of information, I think Senator Azan changed it back to 15, but it is supposed to say 0.
Thank you, I yield.
Kuzi?
Just a question that I had kind of in this discussion. Is preamble binding, or would it rather need to be under the next section? That can be a question to Speaker Persley our rules.
I'm going to give that to Finance Director Kampmeyer.
Do you want my honest answer? I have no idea.
Question was, is a preamble binding in a contract, or would it rather have to be under a covenant?
I'm not a lawyer, so I'm going to go ahead and preface it with that. But anytime any words that are put into a contract, just like with the Memorial Union, we have an MOA, the words that are in there are going to be binding, even if it's not an order, because once we sign the bottom of that, it's basically saying everything in that document we have agreed to, word to word. So I think it's up to interpretation, but if you want a legal opinion, you'd have to talk to probably Student Legal Services as your official lawyers for student government. But from what we do, like from the MU's point of view, when we enter into agreements with folks, everything that's in there is enforceable.
Great, thank you.
Point of information, preambles are not legally binding, so that is.
Okay, from that, motion to add the $0 as a condition under covenant. See comment near line 40, quote, at no cost to students, to be added.
Second. Are there any objections to adding a line where that says at no cost to students? All right. Neil? Great, we're closing.
No.
Oh yeah, Persley.
I motion to make the amendment proposed at line 24 just to fix the grammar of the bill,
Are there any objections?
or of the contract.
Are there any objections? All right. We will now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? It's a funding bill. Yep. Yep. I made that mistake once too. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's been a motion to remove Senator Brennan from the roll. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Reinhardt? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. O'Connor? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Azan? Yes. Dahman? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Nundal? Yes. Persley? Neal? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Gardy? Yes. Juwan? Yes. Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. With a vote of 20 to 0 to 1, it passes. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Thank you. We'll now move to 2025-2-006F, funding for Letters of Love Club with Senator Jones.
Hey everyone, this is the Letters of Love Club. It passed, or it was sent here favorably from Finance Committee. And we have Representative, you can come to the podium and tell us about your bill.
Yep, hi, my name is Molly. I'm here with Letters of Love. If you're unfamiliar with what Letters of Love is, we provide emotional support for kids battling serious illnesses in hospitals kind of all over the U.S. But basically, we're excited to share our plan for the Letters of Love Fall Week, which kicks off Tuesday, October 7th with our first meeting of the year. Our goal is to promote connection, positivity, and student engagement on campus through fun, meaningful items that students can take with them. So kind of off the bat, we're requesting $800 in total. So kind of to break that down, the first $200 is funding to cover mainly supplies. So that would be like paper, markers. We do water paint sometimes, so thicker paint or paper for that as well. Also with that, we'd be covering buttons and stickers for students. And then within that $200, we also have to print more guidelines for like how to make cards. That comes from Global. There's just certain rules that we have to follow every year. So we need to get those printed as well. And then each student who participates by making a card or anything helpful at the meetings would receive a button or a sticker to help spread awareness for our mission. Secondly, during Fall Week, we'll also be offering mugs. This is something new for us, but a lot of other organizations do this, and it promotes their organization very well. So with that, that's around $600, and these mugs will be paired with a free can of Red Bull that has no cost on us at all, accompanied with a card thanking student government for their support. We've done this in the past on little things that we give out. It's usually kind of a big hit. People will post the cards. They just kind of think it's cute. So that would be awesome as well. While these mugs do represent our club, they're not specifically branded with Iowa State or Letters of Love. It's just kind of a way to provide students with a tangible reminder of our connection and positivity. The funding ensures that participants feel included and can take part in our kickoff event while also helping us raise awareness. We just believe that this approach encourages student engagement, community building, and your support would make a very big impact in helping us kick off our semester with our first meeting.
Jones.
Just a quick clarification. We're doing $200 right now for cards, like card supplies. Just for clarification for Senate, not 800. It's 200 as written on the bill.
Azan.
Welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
Did you guys apply for annual allocations for your club?
One more time?
Did you guys apply for annual allocation process through student government?
Yes, yeah.
So-
I'm not the treasurer, so I don't know specifically on that, but yes.
So what was the budget look like for the annual allocation, if the finance committee can answer that? Why we need another bill to support if it's already, or did you guys use it? So I'm gonna yield time to Finance Director Kamar, if he can open up the annual allocation, how much was allotted?
They didn't get money from annual allocations.
They applied and they did not get it?
They didn't apply.
They did not apply. Okay, I yield. Thank you. Second.
Are there any objections? Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Reinhardt? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. O'Connor?
Yes.
Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Azan?
Yes.
Dahman? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Nundall? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Neal? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Gardy? Yes. Juwan? Yes. Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. The vote of 20 to 0 to 0, it passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will now move to 2025-2-10F, a SAFE Act, SAFE, with Speaker Pursley. Correction, that was 21 to 0 to 0 on that last one, not 20 to 0 to 0. But the SAFE Act was Speaker Pursley.
Okay, so this bill kind of outlines everything that was talked about during the program. It's for the airport shuttle program and then also paying for the costs of insurance for use of university vehicles by student organizations. If you have any questions, I'm going to yield to Finance Director.
Azan?
So guys, this is a wonderful opportunity to contribute something bigger, so I will please vote yes. Thank you.
Are there any objections? Closing comments? Iona Dimhoff? Reinhardt? Grafe? Jones? O'Connor? Utica? Miller? Azan? Dahman? Snyder? Bailey? Hartley? Margret? Nundahl? Persley? Neal? Kuzi? Gardy? Juwan? Marcus? Olson? With a vote of 21 to 0 to 0, it passes. We'll now move to 2025-2-011F, Student Government Polos and Name Tags with Speaker Persley.
Okay, this one's pretty straightforward. It's funding for our student government polos and name tags. And I believe Amy will be sending out a list of the sizes and names of people getting polos so that, it's been sent to everyone. I didn't know if it was just sent to me. Yes, it's been sent to everyone, so you should know if your name was on that list and you need a polo.
Azan?
So how many senators we have? Typically, it's 36, right? For our Senate.
This number is not for only senators.
Yeah.
It's also for cabinet senators, but people who need polos, not, so we will not be getting a second polo for people that
Yeah, I understand. But so my leading question on that will be, so right now we have around 20 senator around that. So are we including the overall number that's supposed to be filled, complete Senate, or it's just whatever the current senators we have?
Yeah, we can't order a shirt for someone if we don't know who they are, what sizing they are.
Okay, so basically it's based on like 22 senators or 20 senator. That number is reflecting 20 senators or 22.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to clarify on that. We are not ordering the whole. And what is the individual cost of the t-shirt, polo shirt?
I'm going to yield to Finance Director. I do not know the exact cost.
Let me check
of a
my
polo.
email.
And the name tags too.
This is going to take me like way too long to find. Based on what I remember, I think the polos were about, it was either $25 or $30. The name tags were like somewhere between 6 and 10.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments? Iona Dimhoff? Reinhardt? Grafe? Jones? O'Connor? Utica? Miller? Azan? Dahman? Snyder? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nundahl? Pursley? Neal? Kuzi? Gardy? Juwan? Marcus? Olson? With a vote of 20 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. We'll now move to 2025-2-014F, Food for Puerto Rican Night with Senator Marcus.
Yeah, I believe we have somebody here from the Puerto Rican Student Association, correct? Or, yeah, okay. So as they make their way up to the podium, I will just tell you guys a little bit about this. It was sent favorably from Finance Committee. It's an event we also funded last year, and I will let them tell you about what the event is and what they do and how great it is.
So, hi everyone. The Puerto Rican Night is an activity we do every single year, and it is basically an open activity to all members, Puerto Rican, Latin, international students, staff. Everyone is welcome. It's usually here, and it will be here on November 15th of this year. In this activity, we usually wear formal attire and have music, have food. We bring out different activities for students just to kind of engage everyone as we celebrate our culture.
Are there any objections? Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Or, sorry, would you like your closing? Reinhardt? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. O'Connor? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Azan? Yes. Daman? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Margaret? Nundahl? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Neal? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Gardy? Yes. Juwan? Marcus? Yes. Olson? Yes. With a vote of 20 to 0 to 0, it passes. Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-015F, Jack Trice Remembrance Day event funding with Senator Gert, who's not present. So I will, Senator Marcus.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have the Jack Trice Remembrance funding, and I believe our co-directors of events are going to tell us about it and everything that they've included in the budget, which you'll find in a nice organized chart at the bottom.
Okay, hi everyone. So we're super excited to be hosting this event this year. So a little bit about it. We were approached by the former student body president, Jill Wagner, and this was something she was on, or president when the stadium was named the Jack Trice Stadium. So this was something that was kind of her idea to put together. So for this event, we will be having speakers including George Trice, who is Jack Trice's nephew, President Winterstein, and then Dr. Younger, who are all going to be speakers at it. Attendees will include student government, university administration, the Student Athletic Council, and then also constituency presidents. Additionally, for this event, we will be having so the event will run as a short social hour starting at 2, and then that will run till 2:30 with the program and speakers starting at 2:30, and then we will wrap up around 3. And additionally, it'll be located or hosted on Central Campus, and we are getting rentals from Celebrations. So if you guys have any questions, we are more than happy to answer them now.
Azan.
Hello. Okay. Can you clarify the travel expenses? Are they students or alumni or community people?
Yep, so the travel expenses are for George Trice. He's coming in from Arizona. Yep, so we offered to pay for his travel as well as his hotel while he is here.
Okay, and I'm assuming that this is not the first time even, right? So we did last year as well.
This is the first time we're doing the Jack Trice Remembrance Day.
Okay, I'm gonna yield time to Kobe.
So the last time this was done was in 2023, and it was hosted by the Division of Student Affairs.
Okay.
But we want to create this into an annual event that can be hosted by student government every single year so we can continue to honor the legacy of Jack Trice and really remember him on the anniversary of his death. So this is the first time student government is hosting the event, but we've been in collaboration with other administration and people who planned it the first go around in 2023. So we're very excited for how this is coming, but really the goal is to honor Jack Trice and his legacy. That answer your question, Azan?
Yes, thank you. I think it's a great bill. It's a great way to, remember the memory, and thank you for the good work.
Iona Dimhoff.
But it might be friendly. The Senator Gerdes, right? Okay. No objection.
Iona Dimhoff.
I know you said that President Winterstein and Dr. Younger will both be speaking. What student organization leaders will be speaking, and then what past student body presidents will be speaking at this?
So I don't know, is that?
It's in the second to last whereas
Yes,
clause.
so right now, so Jill Wagner she was gonna be our past speaker, but she actually had a conflict come up. So unfortunately, we did have to remove that. And then as far as for the student organization, we're thinking that it'll be someone from the athletics council. We just haven't gotten that confirmed yet.
Okay, thank you so much, I yield.
Are there any objections? Closing comments? Senator Marcus? Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Reinhardt?
Yes.
Grafe?
Yes.
Jones? Yes. O'Connor? Yes. Utica? Miller? Azan?
Yes.
Dahman? Snyder? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nundahl? Pursley? Neal? Kuzi? Gardy? Juwan? Marcus? Olson? Snyder? Vote of 20 to 0 to 0. It passes. Congratulations. We'll now move to internal matters, starting with 2025-2-021 SG, seating a senator to Local Affairs Committee with Speaker Pursley.
Okay, so can Claire Lewis and Rahul, I'm gonna pronounce the last name wrong. Bot. Can you come and say a little bit about yourselves and why you want to join the committee?
All right, I'm Rahul Bhatt. I'm a senior in civil engineering. I'm interested in joining the local affairs committee because after the past year or two-ish in my major, I've realized I've become really passionate about city planning, local affairs, things like that. And, truth be told, I wasn't super aware of all the things that the student government does. And so after learning about it, I learned about local affairs committee, and I thought that'd be a great fit. It was something I definitely wanted to try and get into. So I talked with Emily, and I'm excited to hopefully join.
Grafe?
Is that it?
She'll just have some questions.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
What's your favorite animal?
Snow leopard.
Good one.
Thank you.
Neal?
What are some project ideas or things you want to try and achieve on Local Affairs Committee?
Yeah, so I've heard a lot about the different things that y'all work on. One of my real interests and the big reasons I want to join is the stuff that we do with SciRide. I think SciRide is such a great program and initiative that we have here, and I definitely want to help mostly spread the word too with things like the Moonlight Express and like the different shuttle services and things like that. That's another passion of mine, is like public transport and stuff. So I'm just excited to learn more about it first of all, but try to help with what I can.
Awesome, thank you. I yield.
Point of information, it's under my impression that Claire Lewis is also represented on this bill, so if Emily wants to speak for her.
Hi, guys. Thank you for moving up the bill. Sorry, excuse me. Claire did have to leave at 6:45. She stayed as long as she could. Claire is super dedicated. Most of you have met her before. She's also in political science. She was on the committee last year. She's demonstrated that she's very committed and reliable. I'm super excited to have her back, as long as you guys confirm her. We talked a little bit about some of the things that she wanted to say. One of those was she's very excited to work on updating the committee page on the student government website. That's a project she's super interested in. And then also, if she were to describe herself in one word, it would be optimistic. And I also asked her, if she were an animal, what animal would she be? And she told me a red panda. So hopefully that covers some of our questions, but I'm open for more if we've got them.
Azan? Oh, yeah. No? Okay. Wait, say what you said again? I couldn't hear you. Call the question. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Or we'll now move forward with a roll call vote. UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-001 SD, seating a Ivy College of Business senator with Speaker Pursley.
Okay, he is going up to the podium now. Was seen by Rules Committee last week.
Good evening, everyone. I want to begin by thanking the Senate for approving my seating as an at-large at Finance Committee last week. I'm truly grateful for your support and honored to be here tonight. At this time, I respectfully ask for your approval to be seated as a business senator. Through my work with the Ivy College of Business Undergraduate Programs Office and New Students Programs, I've had the chance to support students directly, helping with services, outreach, and initiatives that connect our community. That experience has shown me how important it is to strengthen the bridge between the Ivy Council and the student government so that student needs and ideas can move seamlessly between both. If seated, I hope to take on new projects that go beyond usual business, from expanding professional development and networking opportunities to improving communication around supporting initiatives. I am committed to representing the Ivy College of Business with integrity and working alongside all of you to make a lasting impact. Thank you again and your trust. Thank you again for your trust and for considering my request this evening.
Marcus?
I just wanted to quickly voice my support. We enjoyed our first finance meeting with Love attending last night, and he is already engaging and speaking, giving his opinions and advice, which is just a great quality to have, and I think he's going to do a great job as a senator.
Pursley?
You'll see the changes I'm making highlighted right now. I'm about to finish it, but it's just putting Love on the Finance Committee as a senator as well, because he's already sat as an at-large.
So there's a motion to add another whereas clause to include that he also be seated on the Finance Committee.
And in the ordered clause.
And in the ordered clause. Is there a second? Second. Are there any objections? Is there a second? Closing comments?
UC.
UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will now. Oh, yes. Yeah, we do that.
Go ahead and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I solemnly swear or affirm
I solemnly swear or affirm
to execute the duties of my position
to execute the duties of my position
as prescribed in the Constitution
as prescribed in the Constitution
and the laws of the government
and the laws of the government
for the benefit of all students.
for the benefit of all students.
Hartley?
Motion to table indefinitely 2025-2-009. That person is no longer going to be on the committee.
There's been a motion to table 2025-2-021 SG. 009, 2025-2-009 SG. Are there any objections? All right, we'll now move to 2025-2-021 SG, seating a senator to the Local Affairs Committee with Speaker Pursley.
You missed 010.
Yes. 2025-2-010 SG, seating an at-large to the Sustainability Committee.
Add a motion to add Senator Sani to the roll.
Second.
Are there any objections?
Okay, so I will have this person come up and share a little bit about themselves and why they would like to be on the Sustainability Committee.
Michael, I've been on the Sustainability Committee for a couple years now. I'm majoring in landscape architecture and urban planning and development, and I hope to continue my work with recycling in the Department of Residence as well as the grand scheme of campus.
Grafe?
If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Great question. I'll say a cat.
Snyder?
I'd just like to vouch for Nick both professionally and personally. I've worked with him on a couple projects when I was back in IRHA, and I know him as a person. We used to work together. I just would voice my support and vote yes for this bill. He's a great guy. Thank you. I yield.
Azan?
Welcome back, Nick. He's a veteran for sustainability, I would say. Okay, so what are the new ideas that you have that you want to work this year compared to last couple of years? Anything that you want to add?
Yeah, so specifically with my work in recycling, recycling is, the situation's always evolving. It's evolving in campus with the education that has been given. So that is, first of all, what I'm continuing to plan on working on. Last year, we also started planning some events, some outreach opportunities for the Sustainability Committee to get our voices heard. So one of those, I actually have a fellow at-large that has been working on this with me, as well as one of our senators. So we have plans for events, and then also other things that come up, furthering our outreach events and furthering information with the recycling and waste.
UC?
UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2025-2-013 SG, seating an at-large to the Sustainability Committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, we will have this person come up and share a little bit about themselves and why they would like to be an at-large.
Hello everyone, my name is Olivia Miller. I have been on the Sustainability Committee for 3.5 years, 1 year as Director of Sustainability in 2023/2024, I believe. No, 2022/2023. And whichever one, I don't know. And I've been an at-large for 2.5 years. This is my last semester at Iowa State, and I would like to continue to try to finish up my projects that I've been working on, and yeah.
Daman?
This isn't a question, but motion to remove Senator Utica from the role.
Are there any objections? Marcus?
What kind of plant would you be?
I would probably be like a fun succulent.
Grafe?
What Iowa animal would you be?
Ooh, okay. Probably say boreal chorus frog.
Azan?
How the bats are doing on campus?
I haven't been able to do my bat boxes yet, but I'm hoping to work with a GIS professor to get a student to work on a project to define where would be the best spots for bat houses to be placed on campus. I sent an email to one in the NREM department last year, and he never responded to my email, so I'm going to hunt him down this semester.
Are there any objections? Closing comments?
UC.
UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. 5-2-018 SG, seating at-larges to the Events Committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, so this bill is going to have Hallie Cuddleback on it. And she's going to come share a little bit about why she wants to be on the Events Committee.
Hi everyone, my name is Hallie Cuddleback. I'm a freshman here at Iowa State, majoring in event management with a focus in sports. Within Iowa State, I'm involved in event management club as long as sports business club, and I recently got a job in the athletic department as well. I would like to join the event management events committee to get more experience and get more involved here on campus and with the university. And I'm really looking forward to Jack Trice Remembrance Day.
Hartley?
Do you have any ideas for any specific events you'd like to get planning?
We only have had one meeting and we haven't fully discussed what events we already have here. So I'm not sure what events we already have, what ones we're looking for. So.
Do you have any ideas for anything you just would like to see as an event?
I haven't really thought about that actually.
Azan?
I'm gonna throw a lighter question, here. Okay, so if you have to describe yourself in one word using any adjective, what word will be?
Organized.
Organized. That's good to have, as an event manager. I yield.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments?
UC.
UC has been called for. Is there a second? Second. Are there any objections? Congratulations. We'll now move to 2025-2-019 SG, seating at-larges to the Events Committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, we're going to have Allison and Gavin come up and share about themselves. And I just want to say that the reason there are two people on this was because there was originally two people on the other bill, and I had to delete a name. No specific reason other than that.
Okay. Hi, my name is Allison. I'm a freshman studying event management. I joined the event management club, and I work for the events majors social media team, and I just got a job at the MU. And I'm really excited to learn more about what the student government does and the events they plan, and I'm very excited for the Student Expo tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Gavin Yost. I'm a freshman and event management major as well. I'm in the event management club, and I'm also in the PCMA club. I'm really excited to learn more in events and just get some more experience. Personally, I'm really excited to plan the Cookies and College Senators event coming up.
Persley?
I would just like to say that I'm very impressed with how involved all three of you guys are as freshmen. Like, you're killing the game, so kudos to you three, and I think you're going to do a great job.
Neil?
What are some ideas that you guys have for events that you might like to see or changes to current events that we host?
I'm not sure if this is already an event, but I think doing like an outdoor movie on the lawn would be really fun.
I'm just excited to just bring new stuff, just fun activities for students to do throughout the week. I know we have a lot, but I always think it's fun to have different things for freshmen to get involved in.
Thank you, guys. I yield.
Azan?
Can you guys share your spirit animal?
A bear.
I would say mine's an owl.
Are there any objections? Closing comments?
UC.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We will now move to 2025-2-020, seating at-larges to the Finance Committee with Speaker Persley.
Okay, so this is a bill for 2 at-larges for the Finance Committee, Brian Rios and Jenna Wieland, and they can go say a little bit about themselves if they are here. I'm going to yield to the director.
Hi, sorry. So they both had to leave early. We've been going kind of long, so that's, yeah. But if you have any questions, I interviewed both candidates. I think that they would be both great for the position. Brian was actually recommended by a former finance director. Jenna, I believe, is majoring literally in finance, which is pretty cool. They both sat in on Finance Committee yesterday. They were there longer than I was, which is pretty cool. And they're, sorry. But I think that they would both be great on Finance Committee. And if you have any questions about them, I don't know what their spirit animals are. But yeah.
Azan?
So what quality do you think that they have that you want to share with the Senate?
What quality do they have? So is this just a one word?
Yeah,
one
quality, word.
Okay.
How do you describe them as a person, based on your observation so far?
So I feel like Jenna is really intelligent. I can tell that she thinks through things and is able to do that whole thing. Brian, I would say, I'm going to say enthusiastic. So also Brian's a freshman. Jenna is a second-year junior. But he's very enthusiastic, wants to get involved. I think joining finance as a freshman is pretty cool, too.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments? UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations, the bill's passed. We will now move to 2025-2-022SG, seating senators to the Health and Wellness Committee with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, so we're going to have Paige go up and share a little bit, and I am going to motion to strike Senator Kekun from this bill because he could not be here this week, and have him talk next week.
There's been a motion to strike Senator Kekun from the bill. Is there a second? Are there any objections?
I was just doing it because he wasn't here out of respect, but okay. Okay, no worries. I withdraw.
So the name will remain on the bill. You may go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Paige if you don't know me.
I'm a junior double majoring in political science and advertising. And last term, I was on the Food Insecurity Task Force, and we didn't have much time to actually actualize our ideas. So I would really like to bring those into the Health and Wellness Committee and work towards those as a committee. So.
Marcus?
I want to yield time to Director of Health and Wellness, Moyer, to tell us some qualities about Kei-kun on his behalf since he couldn't be here today.
I think both Cancun and Paige are great candidates for health and wellness. They have a lot of projects that they are really passionate about. Like Cancun, for example, we started talking about Safe Ride and SciRide during the committee meeting last Thursday. He knew a lot. He talked to Hamath about it. He talked to the other people who are also really passionate about it. We got our ideas on a board. And next week, tomorrow, when we meet, we plan on getting those ideas in motion. He's just a really good person. I think he can do a lot of great things.
Are there any objections? Closing comments?
UC?
UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations. We will now move to 2025-2-023SG, seating a senator to the Rules Committee with Speaker Pursley.
Okay, Senator Nandal is going to say a little bit about why she wants to join Rules Committee. She's sat in at our meeting last week, and we're excited for her to be sat.
So hi everyone, my name is Shrishti Nandal. I am a junior studying data science with a minor in statistics. I'm interested in joining Rules as currently I have no experience that relates to what we do in Rules and what the Rules Committee pertains, but I am very interested in knowing how to interpret our bylaws, our constitution, and be able to, again, gain a better understanding of the process.
Snyder?
I would challenge you to find anyone more driven for bettering this organization in this room than Shrishti Nandal. I believe she'd be a great fit in Rules, and I believe we should vote yes on this bill.
Thank you.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments?
UC.
Are there any objections? Congratulations. Seeing no special orders or general orders, we'll now move to new business, starting with 2025-2. Oh my gosh. Yes. Sorry about that. 2025-2-024SG, seating a senator to the Finance Committee with Senator Shin, who's not here. Senator Jones.
Hey everyone, you all should vote yes. She was in the Finance Committee yesterday with us. Absolutely amazing, has some great points, and I'll let her talk.
Hi guys, it's Maddie again. I did actually prepare a little speech for you guys, but it is kind of late, so I'm not gonna give that speech. But I'm just gonna say that I'm really interested in joining finance. I've been thinking about it for a while, and me and Director Kammeyer talked, and he thinks that I would be good. He knows more about finance than I do. I was a treasurer in high school, so I don't have a lot of college finance experience, but I'm really interested in it, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, so.
Marcus?
I just want to give my support to Senator Reinhart. She attended our meeting last night as well, and even as not an at-large and not a senator on the committee yet, she still asked for speaking privilege and engaged in the conversations we were having, and felt comfortable asking questions when she didn't fully understand something, and I think that's going to be a great fit on finance. So please vote yes.
Jones?
If you could be any currency, what would you be?
Probably like a gold dollar. My grandpa used to give us those, so yeah.
Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments? UC's been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Seeing no special orders or general orders, we will now move to new business, starting with 2025-2-016F, funding the Satellite Research Group with Senator Marcus.
Yeah, so I've just realized you guys are going to get to hear from me a couple times more tonight. But yeah, this is a bill on first read. We will be seeing it in finance next week, Tuesday, and I would love to answer any yes or no questions.
All right, we'll now move to 2025-2-017F, the Geo Institute Student Chapter with Senator Marcus.
Yep, this is another bill on first read that we will also be seeing this next Tuesday in finance, and I can answer any yes or no questions.
We'll now move to 2025-2-018F, travel funding for the American Institute of Steel Construction with Senator Shin or Jones? O'Connor? Senator Jones, would you be more prepared to answer?
Yeah, we'll see this bill in Finance Committee next week. So feel free to ask me yes or no questions.
We'll now move to 2025-2-002SA, Skydivers Debt Contract with Senator Marcus.
This is a, just as it's titled, debt contract for Skydivers Club. They will be coming to finance next week. And I can answer any yes or no questions.
All right. Seeing as that is the end of our agenda, is there any closing comments anyone would like to make? Great meeting. Part of your role is fiscal oversights, and you sure did that tonight. So great work, Vice Speaker Hartley.
I just want to remind everybody to do their office hour, but I looked and so many people have done it, so good job, guys. But if you are in there and you are feeling like you have some free time, be sure to look at those Contact My Senator cards that are on the whiteboard. And then if you have any questions about anything, just reach out to me.
Speaker Persley.
Okay, I have a couple things. So it's getting a little complicated when we have to motion to amend the agenda with so many amendments at the beginning of every meeting. So I want to try to make sure that we get the agenda set before I send it out. So please try to send me everything that you want on the agenda or bills that you need me to write by the end of the day, Monday, and send it to me and Claire so we can get those things done, and the agenda will be correct. And then we need to make sure that there's at least 2 senators on each bill, 1 senator writing the bill, 1 co-sponsor. And then if your name is not on the bill, don't do opening announcements for the bill. We need to have, if someone is not here and it's their bill, the second name on the bill will be the person that does opening announcements. Otherwise, keep up the good work, everyone, and make sure. Oh, I have another announcement. Cardinal Credits, I didn't realize that I didn't have a name slot on it. So if you got your office hours for the website, can you redo it? Because now it has a slot to put your name on it. So sorry, everyone. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Any objections? We'll see you next week.
Go Cyclones.